Hey folks, it's like 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep back there. Between the grate on the bridge, each time a car went by going, and then they had bright light every 20 feet, and there was a possum that kept running around behind me and getting Scout riled up, and I just couldn't get no sleep there. I rested, sat back and closed my eyes for a couple hours, but I never got to sleep. So I'm feeling pretty rested, and I got a couple miles to get out to the Grand Haven Lighthouse. So I'm just gonna mosey my way out that way. And if I find a coffee shop, I might stop in and have a hot cocoa or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue walking now, and so I'm starting the next day's vlog. Hey folks, well, I finally got some sleep. Only like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and it was off and on. There's some big fish jumping in this river, man. Sitting there sleeping, and right in front of me, splash! It's like, oh. But at least I got a couple hours sleep, and I'm down here now at the pier. See behind me. I went and got some pictures of the lighthouse and the boats going out this morning, and got to the sunset on one side and the boats coming down the river on the other side, and it was pretty cool. But I'm pretty beat, and this weather's not looking too good. They were saying partly cloudy, man. I'm seeing some dark clouds. So I'm not sure if the rain's gonna wait until tomorrow. But I'm gonna head on down the beach here, see if I can find a store, and then according to Google, the closest one is a couple miles back the other direction. But I gotta get going. If it starts raining, I'm gonna have to find a spot to hold up in the rain, and then I really need to find a store, man. I want some hot chocolate or something. I didn't bring none. I should have. It would have been nice to have something hot to drink this morning. The only thing I have hot is my rice sides or ramen noodles, and the ramen noodles, I can't have the season pack, so those suck. This is getting too long, so gonna have to get going. Hey folks, you can see I'm sitting here with the fence behind me. Doesn't look like the trail. I had to get off the trail yesterday. There was accumulation of problems that led me to stop the trip. There was a combination of, I was having a hard time with my cart. Started pulling to one side, and with the added weight from having full food bag and everything on the cart, just made it to where it was hard steering, and with my arms already being jacked up, it was really hard on my arms. And the fiasco that happened with not being able to find the spot the first night, from where the last video left off, I was trying to go down to find another spot. I did find a spot that I could sleep for like 2 hours. Well, after that, I kept walking down the lake shore along the beach and stuff, and it was some rough patches I had to go through, where areas where the sand had blown over the road, and it was so hard to push the cart through that. And the hills, and at one point it's called Rosie Mound. Yeah, I kept saying Rosie Mound my ass as I was going up it. But they have the dunes where, you know, the road's going like this, and they didn't change the grade for the sidewalk. The road's flat, but the sidewalk's at an angle along there. So I'm fighting the cart, you know, going along there, already really tired. And my sister, she's called me up and said she was going to help me find a place for that night, a campground or hotel or something. And I told her, well, I'm going to keep walking, and, you know, and she can go up ahead and find a place. And so I just kept walking and walking, and she'd get back to me, oh, this place is closed. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to head there. I'm going to just keep going on down this way. And we get on down further, and the next place is no longer a campground. It's a private campground, and where you gotta be a member. So it's like, oh man. So I keep walking, and finally I turned and on one of the roads away from the lake shore and headed up back to civilization, actually, because there was nothing for miles. I kept hitting on Siri, asking, you know, where's the local public bathroom? And she's like, there's no public toilets near you. Where's the gas station? There is no gas station near you. And I was like, oh man. And so I went back up, and I walked all the way up to 31, and I found a little spot that was shaded right there, and I stopped for a minute, and then her and my brother showed up. They were my safety crew. By the time they showed up, I was hurting so bad, and you know, and then I was also mentally beat up. And talking with them, I started crying. You know, and you know, and they decided they're gonna go and check another place, and I waited there. And I even tried to sit down, and I couldn't get down without hurting so bad. And then I was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to get back up, because at this point my ankles hurting, my knees were hurting, my feet, both feet were hurting, my back's hurting. I mean, I was just a total wreck. And they come back from their little thing trying to find the spot. Even the hotel they found that was up there wouldn't allow dogs. And then it had no vacancies. And it was like one thing after another, and they got back, and I was just bawling, and it was like, you know what, we need to chalk this up to bad planning. I should have had it set up to where I had definite spot to stay, and you know, then the cart, we need to do some redesigning on the cart. It needs some kind of steering, and you know, possibly you know, better weight distribution on it, and you know, and go through my gear. Yeah, everything that I did use worked well, but you know, not having the place to sleep, was a big thing. You know, and you can't push yourself that hard starting off. I did exactly what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to go doing big miles. And that first night, I wound up walking from Muskegon Lighthouse all the way down, what was it Ferry Street? or Ferris. It was Ferris Street and 31. And I had walked it along the lake shore and then cut up because it was shorter distance if I would have just went on down the main road. You know, so I wound up doing over 20 miles that first day. You know, and for somebody in my size and my physical condition and with my problems, that was just way too much. I mean, even if I would have gotten a place to stay that night, the next day, I mean, I'm having trouble walking today. I got back here to my sister's house at, it was like around 2:30, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And I went straight in and went to sleep. I slept until like 9 o'clock last night. I got up, had a little bit to eat, drank 2 beers and some tequila, and went and laid back down and didn't wake up till 9 o'clock this morning. So I was pretty beat. I'm still feeling tired, and I'm just having a hell of a time even walking right now. So it's not the end. You know, it's not over. You know, I'm gonna do some more planning. There's still time this summer. Oh, that was another thing, is starting this early in the year, there's no leaves on the trees. So there's less cover for me to be able to find the spot to stay in. You know, I go back in the trees, you can see, you know, 100 yards, 200 yards through the trees. Well, when the leaves are out on the trees, you can't see 10 feet. So the time of the year, the cart, my physical condition, bad planning, all these things accumulated into me learning what not to do. You know, when Thomas Edison was making the light bulb, you know, he kept trying different ways, and this didn't work, go through it. He said that, you know, it took him 99 times before he got it right. But he said he didn't fail 99 times. He learned 99 ways not to make the light bulb. So I've learned one way not to try and walk around the lake. You know, so I'm not chalking it up as a failure. You know, it's a learning experience, and I'm gonna learn from this. Gonna regroup, do some redesign on the cart, and do some more test runs. I'm gonna do some walks up to like Whitehall. It's a 20-mile trip, and you know, walk up to Whitehall, take 2 days, you know, so I do 10 miles each day. You know, have planned spots to sleep, you know, do it right, and not be overconfident in myself. And I'm gonna do that, and possibly, oh, excuse me, I'm gonna do some trips the rest of the summer, you know, possibly be able to start this over again. If I, you know, get it set up, there's still time I can do it. If not, then it, you know, will be next summer. But I'm gonna still try and do it this summer. I'm gonna do the shorter trips, and I'm gonna keep the vlog going and keep videos pumping out, and we'll get this adventure done. So chalk one up for experience. Oh yeah, remember, be careful when you go outside, because you might enjoy it.